You did get the message that items 4 and 4A were withdrawn from today's agenda, so we won't be entertaining those applications.
Mhm.
Now, who all is going to be representing the first application for the Oak Leaf? It's OAK, isn't it? Is it Oak Leaf?
That's correct.
It's spelled OAF on the agenda. That's why I asked. Okay. And who all is here to represent that application?
I am Mark Casso and Frank Poe.
Okay.
And Matt Morris from the current owner of that property is here.
Okay.
Okay. So the first item we're going to hear, Mark Cameron. You're representing it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is an application for rezoning to C5. Currently, it's R2. I read that application right. Is it R2?
Yes, ma'am.
And the zone requested is commercial, as you can see. Okay, then Mark Cameron, you're on.
All right. Yeah. So it's just that it's currently
How's your last name pronounced? Is it Casso?
Casso.
Casso. Okay, thanks.
No problem. So we're just looking to expand our landscape facility that is currently at 2006 Highway 150. This is the land to the left of us. It's 3.5 acres, currently R2. We just would like to have it rezoned to commercial C5 so that we can expand our facility and have more storage. You can see in our preliminary development plan, this is a very preliminary plan, but we just have a small paved parking area, a office building, a metal building, and then just a large portion of gravel storage that'll be fenced in, buffered by landscape. And of course, we'll have it as we did with our landscape supply there. That'll be next to it. We've gotten approved. Looks like we're submitted for the septic, and through the health department, had Atkins Engineering file that for us for a perk test as well.
Okay, would you walk us through these 3 attachments that we have? I think we have 4.
Do you? Okay.
If not 5. Walk us through those. Do you have the same copies that we have?
I believe I do.
Okay.
Over here. What are you seeing as your first attachment, the preliminary
The
site
one
plan?
with 3.62 acres?
Yes, ma'am. So yes, it's just raw land currently. So we'd be coming in and adding a building and then just a large gravel storage area.
And that's diagram 2, isn't it? The
Yes.
gravel area for storage and equipment.
That's right.
So is the third one an extension of that?
I'm trying to see here. Yes.
Dr. Alexander, that
Yes.
third one this is Ron Gilbert. That's a blow up, and it shows where they're applying for the health department field lines to go.
Yeah, that's through the Atkins
Oh,
Engineering.
okay.
And the fourth one is just a layout where they're gonna have a warehouse and a
The
small
parking and the
showroom
office.
and an office. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, does anybody have any questions? You have to take yourself off mute if you have a question. You do know that though, don't you? Is there anyone there that's opposed to this application for rezoning?
Dr. Alexander, this is Tom.
Yes.
We're
Tom.
in council chambers. We have no one in attendance. The building department has not heard anyone in opposition or anyone, period.
Oh, okay. So with no opposition, is someone prepared to make a motion to dispense with this item? Not all at
I'll make-
once. Okay,
I'll make a motion that we approve the request of Oak Leaf Landscape rezoning C5 at 2018 Highway 150.
is there a second? Did I hear a second?
This is Terrain. I'll second.
Okay. Then it has been moved and seconded that we will approve this application for rezoning at 2018 Highway 150 for the Oak Leaf Landscape Company. You've heard that motion. Is there any discussion? There being no discussion, those who are in favor, if you will just say aye.
Aye.
Those who are opposed say no. Then with no opposition, then that one goes as unanimous. Okay, the second item,
Dr. Alexander?
yes,
This is Ron Gilbert. For the record, also the development plan would be approved. The development plan won't necessarily go before council, but that if y'all are in agreement with that development plan, then it would be a part of that approval.
have you then, you've approved that, right?
It meets the requirements of the city ordinance, what was submitted.
Okay. Then, what we'll do then, if it's okay with you, Jay, we'll just add to your motion the fact that the development plan is approved as well.
Correct.
However, that will not go before the council as the zoning request will. Okay, next we have a resurvey plat for 101 Morgan Road. Who's going to represent that?
This is Peter Alsop for U.S. Steel.
Okay. Then will you, trying to find what we're supposed to be looking at now.
Yeah. There we go.
Dr. Alexander, this is
Yes.
Ron Gilbert again. This is a one lot subdivision against Morgan Road. It's 96.97 acres, which you should have a 11 by 17 sheet that shows that. It's basically,
Except I can't read any of the print on there, except I do see the 96.97 acres. Go ahead.
Mhm.
and also there should be a development plan there that shows what's being proposed for the site. And I'll turn that back over to Mr. Alsop to explain further.
There it is.
Okay, so this is basically creating a new lot from a larger parcel. It has frontage on Morgan Road and is otherwise defined by meets and bounds, and is descriptive of a project called Project Repeat that is, I believe, on the second sheet, and there's a rendering showing a 1.2 million square foot distribution center. And I believe that the applicant for Project Repeat may be on the line as well. If you have any questions related to the characteristics of the development itself, I'd like to refer it to them. Or if you do have questions, I'll answer those that you may have.
Mr. Harmon, are we supposed to have those attachments that he talked about? I see the one that Ron referred to with the 96.97 acres.
The development plan
Uh-huh.
was, the hard copy was mailed to you with your agenda. It was a big 11 by 17 sheet.
She's speaking
Oh,
of
I don't see that.
You got it in the mail with your agenda?
I'm looking at what I got in the mail, but I don't see that.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Alexander, can I make a
Uh-huh.
comment if you don't
Sure.
mind?
Terrain?
With all due respect to everybody there, I'm looking at my package. And just a comment, the package that came in the mail as far as the board members are concerned, normally you have, of course, the north arrow on the map and you have a scale. And if the scale is not at least 1 to 2400, it is very difficult to read. And the vicinity map, it just is kind of plain. It doesn't have a detailed legend. And a map without a legend is really, it's almost useless.
Mm-hmm.
So in the future, can we get something with a little bit more detail as far as the vicinity map? And the site map is, it's just hard to read the material.
Speaking of this.
So can we try to do something about the scale that you sending out to us so it'll be legible?
This address to Mr. Harmon.
This is Tom. We can certainly try to address that, but I can only send out to you what's submitted to me.
I know, but is that a requirement not to have a scale of 1 to 2400?
I've never heard that requirement before, no, but we can certainly look into that.
And that may be something we want to look at and doing an update on it to have our, document to reflect scale must meet a minimum of, so that when we get it, it'll be useful.
Hey Eugene, this is Ron Gilbert. Did you get in the mail 2 11 by 17 sheets?
Looking at it, Ron, yes, sir. But the
Okay,
vicinity map is so small that you need a magnifying glass to read it.
I can't read it with a microphone, with a magnifying glass. I tried that.
I don't know what they're looking at.
they're looking at the vicinity map. It is hard to see.
The top left corner, the one at the very top.
I got you.
Oh,
It is just, Eugene, it's just south of the intersection of 150 and Morgan Road. And it is adjacent to the Carvana site that they're under construction on right now, just north of Carvana.
Copy, thanks. I mean, once I put it in, another mapping, I was able to find it, but just the information that being sent out is not that useful. Wade pulled it up real good.
Okay.
I can relate to that because I can't read that. Print is entirely too small.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the interruption, but thank you.
No, that was a very worthwhile interruption. Tom, you're gonna see if you can help us with that in the future, right?
We'll see what we can do, but again, I send to you what they send to me, but we'll see about changing it. Ron will know more about that 2400 thing that Mr. Brooks mentioned, so I'll discuss it with him on Thursday.
We'll get it corrected up, Eugene, where we can get some better information for presentation purposes.
Yeah, the scale just doesn't match the map. That's all. Thanks.
Okay, so I guess everybody sees everything you need to see, huh? I don't know why I don't have that attachment.
It was the separate sheet in the back of the package that they mailed out.
No, I don't have that. Okay, with that, does anybody have any questions then of this application? Then are you ready to take some action on this? If so, I'll entertain a motion from somebody.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resurvey of 101 Morgan Road, Bessemer, along with the development plan approval. Is that correct, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Yes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we will approve this resurvey plat along with the development plan approval for 101 Morgan Road, Bessemer. You've heard that motion. Is there any discussion? Is anybody, I should have asked if anybody was opposed to it. Is there anybody opposed to it? Okay, with that, then we'll take the vote on that motion to approve. All those in favor then say aye.
Aye.
I heard 3.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All those who are opposed say no. Then with no opposition, then that application for the resurvey plat and the development plan are both approved. The next item is for 3051 Morgan Road. This is also a resurvey plat. Is this the Hope Animal Clinic? 3051 Morgan Road.
That's correct. This is James Parsons with Shoal Engineering representing the owners.
Okay.
It's directly adjacent to Hope Animal Clinic. That's correct.
Okay.
The
you wanna
purpose of this,
go ahead with your presentation of that.
sure, thank you. The owners of Hope Animal Clinic purchased 2 old residential lots directly west of the current clinic. And this is simply to combine those 2 properties for a potential future development that is in the very early planning stages now.
Okay, you said that there's 3 lots that are gonna be combined.
No, the current clinic sits on 1 lot. There's a couple of different buildings on that 1 lot. And then directly west of that, there used to be 2 homes that sat on those lots. Those homes have since been demolished. And so it's out of the 2 lots that those homes sat on, we're combining that into 1 lot for a potential development. And then we're actually making a small shift to the lot line on where the existing clinic sits to correct a small setback violation. So we're correcting a setback violation on lot 1, and then lot 2 is the combination of the old residential lots.
Okay, did everybody understand that? Do you have any questions? Is there anyone who's opposed to this application?
Dr. Alexander, this is Tom.
Yes.
We have had no opposition. No one is in attendance. We've not received any letters or petitions. We've got no
Okay.
indication that anyone is in opposition to this in the building department.
Okay. Thank you. Then the chair will entertain a motion to dispense with this item.
Oh, I hate to do all of them. Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the request to this resurvey plat for 3051 Morgan Road, along with the development plan approval.
I'll second that. Mr. Rain.
It's been moved and seconded that we will approve this application for the resurvey of 3051 Morgan Road and the development plan as well. You've heard that motion. Is there any discussion?
Dr. Alexander,
Yes.
I
Mr.
thought he
Brooks?
said that we was in the very early planning stages of the development. Do we know what that development is? So how can we accept the plan?
I thought maybe that was in the attachment that you all got. I didn't get it. So can you answer that for us?
I just simply can't read it. I don't know what's in it.
Oh. That was supposed to be on
yeah,
long sheets, right? Didn't he say 11 by 17?
Dr. Alexander, this is Ron
Yes.
Gilbert, and Eugene also, we did not get a development plan from the owner on this one. They actually submitted an old survey, but what we will have to do is, since they didn't submit a development plan, before we issue any kind of building permit, they will have to submit a development plan for this board to approve.
So then we will ask that that motion be amended to approve the
Resurvey.
resurvey contingent on the submission of the development plan.
It was still on there.
Will that be sufficient, Ron?
Yes, ma'am, I think that will. We will just have to bring the development plan back to the board when it's submitted by the owner.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you've heard that motion. Is there any discussion? There being none, then those who are in favor of that motion to approve the application for the resurvey contingent on the submission of the development plan, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? With no opposition, then that application is approved. There being none other to be decided on at this meeting, unless someone has something you want us to talk about, then this meeting is adjourned.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.